Hey, did you see Escorts Kubota's latest earnings report? Looks like they're doing pretty well. And they announced an interim dividend too.
Yeah, I glanced at it. Escorts Kubota, right? They're primarily in the agri-machinery business, tractors and all that, plus construction equipment. They've also got some subsidiaries like Farm Track Tractors Europe.
Right. And didn't they recently go through some big changes, like mergers or something?
Actually, yes, they finalized a scheme of amalgamation, merging Escorts Kubota India Private Limited and Kubota Agricultural Machinery India Private Limited into Escorts Kubota. It's a pretty significant restructuring. The official date for all of this was April 1st, 2023, but it just got approved in August of 2024.
That explains some of the restated figures I saw. So, what are the key takeaways from their income statement?
Well, their revenue from operations for the quarter ended December 31st, 2024, stood at 2,935.43 crore rupees, up from 2,264.92 crore rupees in the previous quarter. Net profit for the period was 323.20 crore rupees, plus they declared an interim dividend of 10 rupees per share.
10 rupees per share, nice. Do we know the details for that?
Absolutely. The record date is February 14th, 2025. So you need to be holding the shares by then to get the dividend. Unfortunately, the report doesn't mention the payment date. So investors will need to watch out for that detail.
Got it. Record date is key. Were there any one-time events that boosted those numbers?
The report mentions the amalgamation impacted the figures, requiring them to restate previous periods. They followed the pooling of interest method, which is in line with accounting standards for business combinations. So it wasn't a one-time gain per se, but it significantly altered the comparative data.
Okay. So, how's their balance sheet looking? Any red flags?
Nothing major jumps out. They're managing assets, liabilities, and equity reasonably well. I didn't spot anything screaming solvency or liquidity issues.
What about cash flow? Are they swimming in it or just keeping their heads above water?
They seem to be generating enough cash to cover their operations. And importantly, those shareholder distributions we talked about with the dividend. Remember, the record date is February 14th, 2025.
Good reminder. I always forget those dates. So, what about their different business segments? Any standouts?
Agri-machinery products are still their bread and butter, bringing in 2,416.60 crore rupees in revenue for the quarter. Construction equipment contributed 515.60 crore rupees.
So, mainly tractors doing well?
Well, yeah, in terms of segment results, agri-machinery generated 252.37 crore rupees, while construction equipment had 56.57 crore rupees. Most of their assets are also tied to the agri-machinery side.
Gotcha. Now, let's talk ratios. What key metrics should investors be watching?
Definitely profitability ratios like net profit margin. Also, dividend-related ratios like dividend payout ratio and dividend yield are crucial, especially with that dividend coming up. Remember the record date of February 14th.
Okay, so put it all together, what's the trend looking like? Are they consistently improving?
Overall, yes. Revenue growth is evident when you compare it to previous periods. They seem to be managing costs, though, like cost of material consumed increased from 1,341.40 to 1,495.78 from December 31st, 2023 to December 31st, 2024.
Any predictions for the future? Should we be loading up on this stock?
It's hard to say without more info, but they did sell their railway equipment division, which is now classified as discontinued operations. The sale will give them a lump sum of 1,600 crore rupees. The sale/transfer is subject to some conditions in the business transfer agreement, so things can change. Disclaimer, we advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions.
Interesting. So they're streamlining and focusing on their core business?
Seems like it. Plus, they're selling some land in Faridabad to Sona Comstar for 110 crore rupees. Could be a strategic move to optimize assets.
Okay, final verdict. Is Escorts Kubota a buy, hold, or sell?
Well, their financial health seems solid, and the interim dividend is a nice perk for investors, but keep an eye on how they deploy the cash from the railway equipment division sale. The dividend record date is February 14th.
Thanks for the breakdown. Super helpful. Hey, if you're enjoying these financial analyses, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We've got more coming your way.